YouTube links in the sleeper and the Discord.
Perfect. But yeah. All right. So we just need 3 more people for this live mock draft, and we will get into reviewing, explaining our thought process, etc., and kind of go from there. Um, yeah, exciting times, exciting times. The objective is to hopefully have a lot more YouTube content this year. That is something we will focus on. So we will see where we go from there.
And data-driven content, so you guys can make money before the the games happen.
Pretty much. I think that'll be good. I think we can provide projections, and that'll be something that a lot of other people don't do.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think, yeah, that'll be. I'll talk about Slack for you after this, but
sounds good. Yeah. Simple and easy. But yeah, where's the mock at? It is in the Discord, but we can also send it here. Now we just
got one. Oh, one left. Oh, he just moved.
Yeah, he just moved to the 102.
I was debating that. I actually haven't done any of my redraft leagues yet, so I've done a few mocks, but this would be good practice.
Yeah, I'm currently the 101 and the only redraft league that kind of matters to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll try from there. That seems somewhat intelligent to do. All right.
I have the one in my dynasty, which is probably a good thing, but I was trying to trade out of it.
All right,
we're value
full.
in there.
I will go ahead and get this going.
All right, let's get it rolling.
Okay. Ooh.
Bang.
All right. Is it not letting me click it? Or am I blind? I must be blind. I'm blind. All right, give me a second here. Water out of hand. Finger, click, button. There we go. All right. And
Chase at 1.1.
Let's shift the clock down to 20 seconds.
Okay.
I don't think we need people to be taking that long because
Gotcha.
they will take. You allow them to.
Okay. I'll go 30 because it's between 10 and 30 are the options.
That way, if they're also not
You're tad underwater
every single time. One of these days, I'm gonna get an actual mic stand for this, and I won't sound underwater. But until that day,
you're bad.
Bijan at the 2.
It's pretty chalky.
Yeah.
CD at the 3 is a tad interesting.
I don't mind it.
He's probably what, ADP at like 6? 5?
He's around 4 in most formats, but I don't know. It all depends on what you're hunting for, particularly. All right, Scrub and B-Snipes aren't here, so hopefully this forces them on auto.
That's an interesting one because I feel like CD was not that high last year, and he was going in with Dak healthy, and then now it's pretty much a similar situation. I guess he has more competition at wide receiver 2, but he's gone up like 6 spots in the ADP.
Come on.
I mean, he could very well just have a T. Higgins-like season. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I don't know. It's a weird situation to feel out in Dallas.
But you think Pickens helps his?
That's kind of the what I've come to with a lot of these offenses that are like supposed to be semi-decent. It's just like if you have another elite receiver aside from you, like you're probably going to be more efficient because of how they draw away targets.
The running back room is also pretty weak, so it should be somewhat air raid for a lot of the season.
That's the part of the equation that gives me room for concern, though, is because it's like if you don't have a functional run game whatsoever, you're probably not going to have the most efficient.
No, that's true, but as long as you can just get like if you can have what the Bengals had last year, where they ran the ball a decent amount, but they were efficient when they ran because you had to be aware of the pass and stuff. Like if you can get it going like that, that's really all you need.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting one.
Someone took Amon-Ra with like the 5 of my dynasty draft, which was shocking.
I wouldn't be taking him under that high. That's crazy.
No, I know.
A lot of better assets to be taking there. Like I love the Sun God, but like sometimes one day the sun will set. Put it that way.
All right, back to me. Who are we going with? I'm gonna go with my boy. Ooh, this is tough.
So who are you going with here?
Are you tight end premium in your dynasty leagues, Wells?
I try to be just because I think it makes it more fun. But like,
you guys have the extra half point.
and some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that matters for
It's
me,
a fun little wrinkle.
which I'm very excited about because people just let them fall for whatever reason last year.
Yeah, we have half point for everyone that's not a tight end, and then tight ends are a full.
That's fun. There it goes.
Come on, B-Sipes.
Jackson, are you not worried about the hamstring there at all with Devon?
No, I am. Obviously, I am. I just wanted to draft Devon there. I was going to go with Bucky, but
I think it's still probably decent value, but
yeah.
just a tad concerning going into the year with that because you never know how it recovers from there.
Are you guys taking Bucky over Derrick Henry?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Derrick Henry's fine. I understand it. Like, I'm sure he'll continue to be an anomaly, but
like I'm going in probably taking Bucky, but knowing deep down that Derrick Henry will probably have a better year. But I just can't be on the bad side of a regression there of taking Derrick Henry and then the wheels start to fall off a tad. I would feel more like an idiot if that happened than if Bucky somehow didn't have a good year.
I just think Bucky gets better into year 2. And I also just think in championship weekend, when everything, so to speak, matters, he is going to destroy your Dolphins, Jackson.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Trey McBreezy.
Najee, Germany.
Very similar bet to Brockman Bowers. Hopefully. I just find it very interesting that people are trying to say that these two tight ends are bad picks. Like,
Nah, I think anywhere in the second round is fair value for both of them. I think they should have awesome years.
I just would be
if for no other reason, I think there's a huge gap between them and Kittle even, and so like even if you are slightly reaching, you're getting like a huge upper hand in the positional value territory. Like even if you're deciding between Bowers and BTJ, like where I was at the end of the first, beginning of the second, if you wait to the 312 and you can get a wide receiver like I don't know, even a Garrett Wilson or potentially Tyreek Hill or something, you can get closer value to BTJ than you can in the tight end spot. So
there's just so much value in these drafts. Like I did a video yesterday that I called the 7 most valuable receivers in fantasy football. They're not even like the best receivers, but the fact that they go at least like 12 picks, if not like 20 plus later than the majority of formats, like you can just build your team around that and you're probably going to be fine because you get like Ricky Pearsall in the hundreds, Amiga Igbuka, Matthew Golden.
Yeah, no, you can piece it together.
Juwan Jennings, like, I don't know, just take 1, 2, maybe 3 of those guys, and you'll probably do pretty well, is what it looks like.
Agreed.
What is Chris Godwin? Speaking of Igbuka, what is Godwin's status looking like?
October.
Back in like week 8 or something.
Come on.
Yeah, it sounded a lot better initially.
It did.
And then it just got worse and worse and worse, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Is what it is. I will say I'm very curious to see how the Amiga Igbuka hype actually plays out, though. Because I think the talent is easily there, but he's been hyped to an insane degree.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Come on.
Jalen for the entire for a shoulder injury. Gotta love it.
Who?
Jalen Polk.
Oh. I think he's just dead.
Yeah.
It's good enough value on Tyreek. I feel like it's worth the shout there.
Yeah.
Let's rock with James Cook.
don't want to catch that RB cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4th round for Rashid.
Dude, have you seen these 37 or 40 and under football leagues?
Yeah,
What the hell is going on there?
they're pretty hilarious.
Wait, what age and under?
40.
Oh, that sounds sick. Is it like pro?
I don't know how if they're like it might just be like rec league something. I don't think they're like getting paid, but
No, it's really a rec league. It's just insane to me. I don't really know what to expect with Darnell Mooney, to be completely transparent. It'll be an interesting thing to see how it plays out exactly. All right, so what do we have going off the board? Wow, she race going a lot earlier in these formats. Makes sense though. Let's see here.
Rasheed in the 4th there, Jackson is great value as long as he delays the suspension.
Yeah, I know.
Or if you can just get the 5 games out of the way at the beginning, even, then you can just have him for the rest of the year. But the uncertainty is a little bit scary. I have him in
It's a
my
gamble.
Dynasty League I just drafted, but that's obviously more of a
I'm not
long
saying
term.
Yeah, it's definitely less of a gamble in Dynasty.
I'm not saying it's bad for what it's worth. I'm just saying it's interesting because, like, I've gotten him so many times in the 60s, so I'm just kind of like, oh, damn. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the group you're drafting with. Some people are going to be more cautious than others. I didn't really. I mean, I took him, I think, at the 4-12 or the 5-1, one of those two. Harvey.
There's so many, like, receivers in this range that I just really like. Like, Worthy at this
Agreed.
price is actually really fun because it's just, like, there is a lot of upside with that.
Agreed. I'm
T-Y-
content waiting if I were you there because there's going to be guys that get to you in a round that are better than some of the running backs available, I think.
I'm going to build out a different team than I normally would. See how it plays out for me.
Whoa.
James Conner.
There's just so many receivers that goes, like, super late that have ridiculous upside.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And that's the biggest thing, like, I always forget about with these formats is that, like, you do want to build a team that's just structurally strong players. That would have been wiser of me. I'm an idiot. I should have definitely taken Tragon over Pacheco for the upside. Yeah, that's something I'll do in my home league.
Hype has died down a tad there. I feel like he was going in like the 3rd or 4th round just a week ago or so.
Oh, he's going in 3rd and 4th round in a lot of other formats.
For
That's
sure.
why I'm like,
I mean, in Dynasty or something, it's a different story. But for this 1 year, I'm not like completely sold on him being that guy just yet. But
yeah. I don't disagree. Would you rather grab someone like a Shaheed, Eckler, Mims, etc., and let Mooney fall to waivers? Well, yeah, I wouldn't be touching Mooney for redraft. I think he's fine for best ball. Like, I'd be buying the dip in that sense, but, like, I don't think you're going to be starting him consistently in redraft, is my 2 cents.
Demon.
I think Eckler will provide value, funnily enough.
Oh, nice. There's mine. Go with you, D-Tech.
Only helps his case, to be honest. Who are we? Who's new? What? I'm confused.
Xavier.
I got Henderson. I was like, wait a minute. I think this through. Yeah, no, it took me a second out of buy him. Travis Hunter. Grant's team is the embodiment of upside.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay.
I mean, B-Rob's gone. I will tell you that right now. B-Rob is pretty much guaranteed to be gone. It's one of the wilder situations. He might end up in Miami, to be honest with you. We have no idea. But I would not be surprised if
That would I have seen that get comped. It would be like a good, fun landing spot for him, I think.
I'd hate it because my Ellie Gordon shares would become somewhat meaningless.
Yeah, that's true. but I think it would be helpful for.
It'd be good for Achan to have someone compliment.
Yeah, for sure.
I was wondering when Jalen Waddle was going to go off the board. He was the guy I was thinking about taking earlier.
Yeah, you're high on him, right?
I'm really high on Jalen Waddle this year.
I have him in the dynasty draft I did.
He's going to be great. I'm very excited about him.
Chris Olave is the sketchiest pick I think you can ever make in this. The guy has like
I don't know. I kind of like Olave, like at his ADP.
He's not bad.
yeah, it's fair. It's just like he's one concussion away from like being like dead.
Yeah.
You're also
He's had so many recently that it's just scary to get involved with.
You're going to have multiple quarterbacks as well, which is just not ideal.
True. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Damn, D King's team is crazy.
This is probably the most running back intensive I've ever gone in one of these.
That is a
drafts,
wild team.
but we're having
He's got 5 receivers.
Yeah.
Wells, this is an interesting strat out of you too.
No, true.
get a little more unique than I normally would. I want to try something different. But I kind of like it. I feel rather safe with the consistency I'll get from this team each week as well.
Slick Rick at the 7.
Damn.
I don't hate it.
Terry gets treated.
That might just be his value now, but
Picking Travis Hunter such a choice, do you think he'll crush in the league? But if he's on both sides of the ball, his point ceiling on offense could get limited. It definitely could. I don't think it will. I saw someone basically bring this up, so I just kind of coined it as my own. But like being able to play at Colorado and play both sides of the ball for however many snaps he did is just insane. I know Jackson and Grant are much bigger UFC buffs than I am. And I think they can tell you, or at least attest to, what it's like fighting in Mexico City or in Colorado for those cards, and how often those fights result into finishes.
yeah, the cardio is crazy. I also think he'll only be used like sparingly on defense, so like I'm not particularly worried about that aspect of things right away. I think in the future, like as a prospect, he's a better corner prospect than he is a wide receiver, but I think there's just way more value. If you look at how much wide receivers are paid and how much corners are paid and stuff like it, you're getting way more value for your money if he's playing more receiver. So I think he'll begin playing a lot, almost strictly at receiver. So we'll see how that ages, but
And he'll be in Liam Cohen's slot.
I wouldn't be worried.
It's been great
Yeah.
for Tennessee. Like,
For sure.
it's what made Wan'Dale Robinson relevant.
And if you look at like his profile of receiver, it's pretty similar to what you've seen with like a Godwin and a Mike Evans paired together with him and BTJ. Like the receiver pairings in a Liam Cohen scheme have been successful for a while. So I'm not too worried.
Baker.
Michael Mayfield. Ja'Cory Krosky Barrett. Alpha play.
Yeah, that is
Him in the 8th round, I feel comfortable getting involved with.
I think it's fine.
Like if you just look at the other guys around, like I would rather have him than potentially even DeAndre Swift or like a Brian Robinson or Jalen Warren and those guys. Like the ceiling is so much higher here for league winning that I don't know. I'm not reaching any higher than this because I'm just not a.
Oh no, I think it's more than that.
But I think this is solid value.
I think
here.
Swift is the. I mean, personally,
get
Swift
involved.
is the last RB I would probably take before. I
No,
take
that's totally
someone.
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be an entirely new offense where Swift looks great, but just getting involved in the Swift game the last couple of years has been a tough one. So
I'm so
this year's a
excited.
big one for him.
We've got
Ah,
preseason football tonight, boys.
yes, sir.
One
Who's playing?
full game of Jalen Milrow.
Let's go.
That's kind of fun.
That gets me up in the morning.
Dude, I like lasers. I was going to take
Oh, that's
Evan Ingram in the next round. Dang it.
We have real college football this weekend. Too.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
so
it's
excited
lit.
for that. I I got a tight end I think you would probably be interested in, Grant. Tanner Koziel, I think he's playing for Houston. I want to know if you have any thoughts on him. And if not, do a little deep dive. I think you'd find him intriguing.
In college, he plays for Houston.
Not sure if it's Houston or where he transferred to, but
How do you spell his last name?
Koziol.
Got it. Yeah, he's at Houston now.
Dude, I should have taken a tight end. Dang it.
He's 6'7".
He's not a small boy.
This dude's kind of a
6'7".
freak.
Jesus.
Yeah. Last year, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts to playing in a real conference, but I'm intrigued. Is he getting some like early hype?
Yeah, so when I was looking through the college football best ball landscape to see like just prices of like where a guy's going relative to what we're probably going to get, and I was like, oh, like let's check out the profiles. He stuck out drastically.
Yeah.
And
Can you do every conference in that, or how does that work?
I don't think it's every conference. I think it's limited. I just kind of looked at the players more so being like, oh, who's probably going to be on our radars next year? You know what I mean? Like, just
Yeah,
kind of
gotcha.
look through like what through analytically, and he popped to me. So I was like, oh my god, let's really look at this guy. And he's extremely mispriced. But that's neither here nor there. The reason he's really popping on my radar now is because he's on the preseason watch list for not just
The
Mackey Award. He's in that with Max Clare and the rest of those guys, but he's also on the Nikoff watch list, which I think is very intriguing for someone who plays tight end.
For sure.
So we'll be talking about him in the near future.
Yeah. In the best ball sphere, is it done by conference, or you can take a dude from any conference?
So like you're not going to be able to get Army players, right?
Yeah, but you could take any top Power 5.
Yeah. So it's like anyone that's an SEC, for example. So it's like the guy who just got announced as a starting running back for Ole Miss. He's somebody that's basically been getting undrafted this whole summer. Malik Washington's a starting dual threat for Maryland, and he essentially goes undrafted. I think his tight end of Dorian Fleming is actually kind of intriguing, and there is that constant kind of pair of like mobile quarterbacks / rookies going towards some tight ends as well. So some fun variants there. I'm really excited for Florida this year.
DJ
Lagway season. It's funny that they listed Dallas. I think his name's Dallas Taylor or Turner or something like that. Really big receiver crew coming out of high school that's getting a lot of hype, but he's listed as a running back on draft sites, which makes no sense considering he's a new receiver. I don't know. They got an interesting transfer as well. I'm kind of curious about Aiden Mizell, who's a sophomore that he was talking about. But, I'm
Come on!
For Florida.
No, I'm excited for Florida football this year. I think they'll be a fun watch. Does like Lenora Sellers go like top 5?
Yeah, but he's not somebody like I would ever click in that format because I'm just like I'm a idiot when it comes to just being like, oh, let's pick actual talent or not, and of course I do that always. Who else do I want here?
Dallas Wilson is the guy here.
Let's go. Tank Bigsby's a great point per dollar play. Let's take some upside with Marvin Mims. Why not?
They have Dallas Wilson listed as a running back.
Yeah, on these sites, and I'm like,
that's weird because he's tall too.
Yeah.
Did you just mean to pick Luther Burden, or did you mean to pick Marvin Mims?
Oh, I went for Luther Burden there.
You said Mims.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of Mims and best ball type stuff because I look at that and I'm like, the Broncos are now a much more condensed receiving room. They're probably just going to be like, they have the best offensive line this year. They have arguably the best coach. They're probably going to be scoring a lot of points. I just want as many ways to get as possible. Really like that Riccadotto pick, but that's neither here nor there. I think this is actually a much better team. And I might try to draft something like this in my home league. Will not lie. Let's see here. You're taking bets on who is more likely to stay healthy this year between Ingram and Njoku. I think Njoku will not be on the Browns by the time we get to the end of the season, and Harold Fannin will be their starting tight end. You're so tempted to do what you're doing right now, Wells, and take Drake May away later on. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the smart way to play it, in my opinion, this year in fantasy. He goes a lot earlier in a lot of other drafts, and, like, hypermobile guy who actually can throw the ball consistently, unlike this guy right here, Justin Fields. I'm very excited for college football season. Have you been keeping up with the Bryson Washington hype, Grant?
I have not.
You gotta watch some film of that kid. I think you'll really like him. Coming off of an insane rookie season.
What's his name?
Bryson Washington out of Baylor.
He played as a true freshman last year.
Maybe it was
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy season for a freshman. I guess he redshirted, but
Yeah.
still, that's wild. So he's draft eligible after this year.
he's somebody that the draft's going to go nuts for.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's somebody that's not being talked about in that 2027 class, but, like, I don't know, looks kind of crazy. Multiple games with almost 200 yards.
Yeah.
Anyone you liking on Oregon this year, Jackson?
Dude,
Who ended up spending money on this year?
I couldn't
Dante
even-
Moore is a really good player.
I've been so tapped out of CFB. Don't ask me about it. I need to start looking at shit though.
Dante
Some
Moore is
friends-
gonna have a really good season. They had
Dante Moore.
they had a few quarterbacks come in and potentially transfer to Oregon, and then after practicing with Dante Moore, we're like, yeah, I'm good on that. I don't need to get involved here. He was like the number one recruit in the country for a quarterback a few years ago. Went to UCLA, like bad football team, just didn't really work out, and then transferred to Oregon. He backed up the quarterback last year, and then or Dylan Gabriel last year, and now held the start. So
Let's go.
I think they have like the number one recruit in the country who's like a receiver who's at Oregon now. I think he's a true freshman. Wells, but I don't know if he's gonna have a great freshman year, but his name is Decorian Moore.
Decorian.
He was like a top 5 overall recruit and the number one receiver last year.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, he's a good player.
We'll take Austin Eckler on that. There's so many routes to take at the end of these games, too. So weird thinking non-best ball, like, oh, I could actually have to start this guy.
Yeah, yeah, that's the funny part about dude. Wells, I gotta be honest. I hate my dynasty team in that league, dude. I drafted a way better one like after that draft in my like home league. God, I'm just like reverse roster baiting.
It is what it is. I mean, it just takes time, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's just they're so mentally draining, and realistically, you just kind of adjust as the time goes on. That's why I'm such an ageist, though, because eventually it's like I should really get to a better position. Based
Yeah.
on play.
Wells,
Wow.
have you looked at Justice Haynes in your best ball?
Oh, the kid from Georgia Tech.
No, he transferred from Alabama to Michigan. He's a running back. He'll probably be the lead running back, and with a freshman quarterback, I feel like he will have a big season. They just got a commit from this dude his last name is Hiter, Hiter, and then all of those like dove climbing like robot Twitter accounts have been posting Hiter in Germany, which just looks like Hitler in Germany, and because his first game is being played in Germany next year or something. It's like the biggest like clip farming a screenshot of all time.
That sounds like a deal. Trying to think who's interesting that I've been clicking. Sheet wise, Jace Brown's good. Was it? I think Trent Walker is supposed to be good out of Oregon State, and he's kind of slept on. If memory serves correct.
Trent Walker.
Yeah, I want to say him. For the Beavers.
Go Beavers. Actually, screw the Beavers.
Yeah. Senior white boy from Portland, Oregon.
Come on.
Gotta love it, dude. Repping the 5 of the 3. White boy summer.
How to represent. Gets a lot of targets. I'm guessing he's probably like a starting slot receiver or something. That would make sense. I don't know. I'm curious to see who the Louisville quarterback is. I haven't really done research into that, but I keep clicking Colin Lacey and Chris Bell, so I probably should look into that a bit more. Kicker.
Yeah, there's so many more controversies for quarterbacks there. Like, there's way more situations where guys get named late. I assume Miller Moss is their starting quarterback now.
Probably. I haven't checked. All right, let's see.
He transferred from USC. He
The Butker reach.
I would assume that he's
I don't have any more draft spots after this.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yes, you're correct. Miller Moss. Where have I seen this kid play before?
USC.
Wasn't he actually?
Wait, I didn't even
really
draft the
good?
defense, but whatever.
Yeah, I did the same. I'm going. I'm streaming, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't this kid actually supposed to be good?
Yeah, he had a really good freshman year at USC, and then like not great after that. But they have had quarterbacks coming in and out there, so he transferred.
Come on.
Come
Come
on.
on. Love that shit.
Come on. Bang.
All right. Nice job, everybody. Shall we do a little review?
Yeah, we'll do a little review guy here. All right, so my team: Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, Chase Brown, R.J. Harvey, Isaiah Pacheco, Tony Pollard. I think I should have turned this Isaiah Pacheco pick into TreVeyon Henderson. I think that. But we live, we learn, we move forward. I like running backs just to have the stability. I know Jalen Warren's kind of like hated, but like think about Arthur Smith as a coordinator, right? Think about Bijan Robinson's rookie season and how much we hated Tyler Algier. Jalen Warren can pass block with the best of them, and he's going to be a check down artist. I think he's going to be a little bit more valuable than the market's expecting. Deebo Samuel, more rushing attempts. He's got such a crazy upside for this year. Josh Downs, metrically insane, should be healthy by week 1. One of the most underrated receivers in the league. Luther Burden should ultimately turn into the slot receiver for Ben Johnson's offense, which is what he's funneled his offenses through, which is
the DJ Moore role for now, right?
He wasn't in the slot at all. It was Olamide Zaccheaus. And if you have Olamide Zaccheaus as the only competition in front of you, I'd like to think that you can beat that.
I've seen long-term comps of Burden taking the DJ Moore role in the offense and Rome kind of having his own deal as the wide receiver 1 going forward. But
I mean, we'll see.
It's a fun group.
Demario Douglas, I think he's actually the wide receiver 1.
Underwater a bit, Wells.
Classic. Drake May, I just like how I built my team here, I won't lie. Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, Jalen Hurts, Chris Olave. Strong team overall. Trying to think what I could potentially say. It's just like your running back consistency is going to be a bit of a concern. I think Bijan and JT are fine. Ramondre's just probably going to get phased out for TreVeyon Henderson over time there. Jerome Ford's likely a very big nothing burger, but we will see. He could also just be starting in week 1. We don't know. But fine overall. All right. CeeDee Lamb, Josh Jacobs, Josh Allen, Scary Terry, James Conner, Caleb Johnson, what we just talked about with Jalen Warren. It's fine. I just have concerns about like the consistency for receiver production and category spots. I think that's a little bit too thin for this squad. Tight end, I have concerns as well, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. Jahmyr Gibbs, Lad McConkey, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, strong receiving room. Running back room, strong. So how's your flex looking? Flex could use some work. You're basically betting that Zach Charbonnet is going to be a thing right out the gate. I think where you need most work on this team is probably your flex spot.
They also went 2 QBs for kind of no reason. I feel like.
Yeah, you can turn those into more upside swings for like you couldn't get Nick Bixby there, but what's some other ones on the board? Tootin's a fun guy to be holding on the late. Grant got him. Austin Eckler for the hedge against Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt if he's not a thing right away. A lot of other plays that you could have realistically made there instead of Caleb Williams. Keenan Allen, though, I really like that pick. I think that's actually good for your consistency. Let's see here. DK's dad. All right. Saquon, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Chuba Hubbard, Jerry Jeudy, Matthew Golden. I mean, you definitely got the receiver points. Not worried about that.
The running back room is a tad barren, but you'll survive.
It'll be fine. Like, you're basically playing both sides of the running back room for Carolina, but like, what if it's just more split than you want it to be? Is kind of my concern.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my biggest concern there. All right, Scrub SC and B Sipes, you guys were on auto draft the whole entire time, so you don't get your teams reviewed. Sorry. You like lasers. All right. Malik Neighbors, Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, definitely a running back room. Not one I like, but to each their own. Yeah, I think it's overall fine. I just have concerns more so with your flex spots. It just doesn't seem like you're going to get consistent production. And assumptions could just easily be wrong there. Don't think you needed to take 2 tight ends. Would have preferred to take Dallas Goedert and try to turn that into an upside swing, some variety.
I feel like Kyron and Henry that high up the draft together too is just kind of scary.
Yeah, it's just 2 guys that don't rely on receiving production whatsoever.
Yeah.
A lot of
you can
ways.
get some flex value out of Dobbins, I think, for a couple weeks early on, and then hopefully Tet is that guy later on. So I see how it can be pieced together throughout the season, but
just doesn't seem consistent.
Yeah.
Enough. All right. D King, I'm pretty sure you were here.
Yeah, he was drafting.
Gina T, London, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jameson Williams, George Pickens. I mean, this is a fun best ball team. I just don't think it's going to be we don't have any running back consistency.
Your mic, Wills.
Every time I go away from it.
Yeah.
Basically, the main point here is that this is a great fine team for best ball because you're taking swings on receivers like having spike weeks. That's kind of how Jameson Williams and George Pickens are designed from how they play football and their roles they play. But like, they're not going to be consistent from a week-to-week standpoint, and it's going to make you very frustrated with building a team like this. All right, on to Jackson's team. Amana, H.N., Brace Hall, Rasheed Rice, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Shakir. Yeah, solid structure. Running backs are fine. Damian Pierce is kind of a fun swing as well. Yeah, I think this is a fine squad. Only concern is like Rasheed Rice, but like,
yeah,
he's going to win you your first 4 weeks is kind of how I look at it. And it's like, where would you price a guy that basically gives you 4 weeks of winning? And that's kind of hard to actually price. All right, Colin Eatson. All right, Nick Collins, Brian Thomas, Omarion Hampton, Alvin Kamara, Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta, Jacoby Myers. Yeah, I mean, this is a fine squad. You're taking a lot of swings late on receiving upside, which I definitely see, but I think you want a little bit more receiving consistency for how you've decided to go about your flex spot. But that's really kind of the only note I have. I do have some concerns with the amount of touches that Kamara is going to get this year, but that's neither here nor there. All right, on to Grantham's primes here. So McCaffrey, Brock Bowers, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I mean, this is the embodiment of like upside wins championships type scheme where you're just swinging for a lot of upside. Concern is definitely for like receiving consistency, but if Tyreek Hill hits, that's fine. Travis Hunter and Worthy, one of those realistically should hit. Coleman is kind of an interesting arbitrage bet to Ricky Pearsall that people don't want to talk about, but I think should be. Running back room is very sharp in terms of like upside swings, and a lot of these guys are basically like goal line backs that are going to provide more value at this cost. So, yeah.
Yeah, it took enough shots that I feel like one of these guys will become a reliable flex, and then that's all you really need to piece it all together. So that's kind of my draft strategy throughout.
I like it.
I'm a big fan of Keon at his price.
Yeah, Keon's definitely a fun one. All right, but that's it though. Appreciate you guys for popping in here. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful. The biggest thing with fantasy football is not always like drafting the best players, even though that is definitely going to help your advance rate and help you win more leagues. But it's about building the right structure, so you can have a lot more consistency in free drafts. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, peace, y'all.